Alright, so they're going to immediately try to counterattack. South Africa has capitulated. Oh, yeah, because, yeah, Italy's just been wrecking shit in Africa.
Go lay down on your bed, Casey.
The Axis is doing really well this game. Like, I'm almost wondering if maybe we don't have to worry about the U.S., because if the U.S. just gets taken out by the Axis, then all of a sudden it's going to be us versus the Axis. We might be the last line of defense against the Nazis. No divisions of basic training. I wonder why. Hearts of Iron 4. I wonder why I don't have any divisions in basic training. Could it be my 60,000 deficit in infantry equipment? Could that go away? Shut up and go away. Alright. Still sinking convoys, which is good. Still have insufficient resources, which is bad.
Suggestion to strike at England.
Oh, crap. I have, like, a lot of good planes. How did I not realize that? Alright. Let's, yeah, let's put our good planes to use. How, I don't know how you're expecting me to strike at England. I don't know what, how exactly that works. Let's see.
What's your favorite country to play this game?
Favorite country to play? I don't know that I have a single favorite, actually. Whoops.
Orden is saying your defenders are trying to abandon the coast near Trinidad. I would suggest not to garrison, but instead to hold ground with no retreat.
Yeah, the only problem is they were taking a crap load of attrition there, having all 24 of them on that one province. So I'll monitor the situation. Where's my good close air support? I'm gonna bring in a bunch of those.
You should change your template to add 2 art and 7 in full... I don't know. And you will help that problem make your divisions much stronger. I don't know the lingo. I'm sorry.
We can't... Well, the problem is we can't really produce artillery right now because our economy collapsed when the Soviet Union stopped trading us steel. And there's no one else we can get steel from because we're at war with the Allies and the Axis. So I'm going to be fairly screwed anyway.
Mecha Reaper, can you just throw men without weapons at your enemies and just tell them to beat people to death?
That's what the Soviets did. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and start justifying war goals on everybody. Because I have the political power, and that way I won't have to wait to... Okay, I'm already at war with El Salvador, so that's a freebie. Already at war with Guatemala. British Mexico? Are we playing EU4 now? There's a British Mexico? Yeah, let's justify war on Mexico. Don't need to justify war on the US, because we're already at war with them. And I think, yeah, September 22nd is the day we can go to war with this goofy-looking dude in a bow tie. I have no idea who he is historically, but he looks very goofy in his Hearts of Iron portrait.
Hi, Blazing!
History of Central America is definitely not one of my stronger areas.
Tell your men to throw artillery shells at people.
Just have them lob artillery shells.
Belize was known as British Honduras through not British Mexico?
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds more correct. Questions the motives of Costa Rica. Oh, is that what that is? That aid to Honduran workers will crush their bourgeoisie dictatorship. That's the plan. Oh, I didn't give them a mission. It's a good thing I noticed that before we started, like, you know... actually fighting. Yeah, so I should have total air superiority over this area, and then... Oh, I do have some capacity to send in some better fighters here. So
What
can I
resources are in
merge?
Central America?
So it's a lot of chromium, basically. And then once we get up into Mexico, we can get some more tungsten, so that'll help our artillery production. A little bit of steel, and eventually some oil, which will be good for tanks. What we really want to do is capture the steel in Nevada, Arizona, and Tennessee is quite a hike. But and then eventually, if we can take those, we'll have beaten the U.S. to the point that getting the Great Lakes is probably going to be an afterthought. But yeah. No, I don't want an expeditionary force from Paraguay.
I'll be back.
I want Paraguay to handle their own shit. It's too bad we can't build like a synthetic steel mill. That would be nice. Let's see. Anti-tank guns. Again, we can't build them, so... yeah, mechanized. Still researching air doctrines. I guess we'll get the next level of fighter in CAS, because we will need those eventually. So they're asking how I made so many factories. I've just been building them the entire game. I've never stopped building civilian military factories.
Casey, go lay down.
Except for right now, so thanks for reminding me about that. Where's another place I could plop down some
What about
military?
some naval research? Aren't you going to need those boats eventually?
Yeah, that's kind of sort of on my list too.
And
I'll
hospital
figure out
units
where I want to expand my...
might be good since you're running out of manpower.
Yeah. These are all good suggestions. It would all be better suggestions if I had any steel to work with whatsoever.
Have you done many of the achievements in this game?
I never play for achievements. I don't like Iron Man because it punishes you for misclicks. Like, if I do something stupid, I can't go back, like, oh yeah, I didn't realize that clicking that would break my personal union in EU4. Yeah, generally, I don't really bother with achievements. They're not really my thing. Alright, questioning the motives of Mexico. We're actually starting to get hit harder here. So I think I might just send my entire Marine Army back to this province. Even if they were able to break through into Venezuela, they would be so horribly out of supply that we'd probably be able to shut them down pretty quick, but yeah. We don't want that to happen.
What was the first country you invaded?
The first country I invaded was Argentina. Two more days until we can begin our push up through the rest of Central America. Alright. Time to invade Costa Rica. This will be short. Guatemala has capitulated? Where are they? And why did they capitulate? Naval Invasion. Happening right here. I think we can repel it. I think we got enough guys.
Are you on Weapons 3 yet?
I do not believe I am. Oops, that's national focuses. Oh yeah, I do have weapons 3. As predicted, Costa Rica did not put up much of a spirited defense, especially now that we've got much better airplanes than they do. Costa Rica has capitulated. And I'm already justifying war on literally everybody else, so... Nicaragua will be up next in December. December would be a good time to fight in Central America, because frankly it's a little bit too hot during the summer months. If I was going to stage a war in Central America, I think I'd want to do it in December. I mean, there'd be a shitload of rain and mud, but at least it wouldn't be too hot, and maybe fewer mosquitoes? I don't know. Maybe it's more mosquitoes because it's the rainy season. If you live in or have been to Central America, maybe you could tell me. So why did the Republic of Guatemala... Oh! Did they get conquered by El Salvador? Something happened. We have an ace pilot. That's what matters right now. Improved artillery. Let's start producing those at 10.31 a day. That's actually not too bad. Continue down that research track. Anything we can get engineering-wise? Not really. Already finished with industry. Let's go ahead and research the next level of close air support.
What do the ace pilots do anyway?
The ace pilots basically attach to an air wing and they make that air wing fight better. Oh yeah, I don't have jet engines yet. Yeah, let's start researching. Let's do better destroyers. We'll start with destroyers. Because destroyers cost the least production, so I'm going to be building a lot of them. We're still sinking a lot of convoys, which is awesome. Free military factories. Alright, well, let's just keep cranking out. See if we can build any weapons at all. Not yet, because the only factories we have assigned to it are destroyed. Siamese Empire has capitulated, so that's a rare defeat for the Axis. They still haven't quite been able to knock the British Raj out of the war, although they've been making a lot of gains down there. And it looks like France has retaken some of French Indochina. I think Japan owned all of that during the last stream. Oh, Japan's getting very close to Vladivostok, though, so the Soviet Union might capitulate. Usually that's the only thing keeping them from capitulating if Germany is conquered up to the Urals. And yeah, they still hold their, like, 1 victory point in, well, it's worth 5 in Murmansk. But, yeah, not too worried about that.
Minus 50,000 weapons while your guys fight with spears or something?
Pretty much. Fall of Stalingrad. I thought that happened a while ago, actually. Maybe there was still a pocket hanging out there. Maybe they were just holding really well. Let's see how close the Soviet Union is to capitulating. So, I'm not sure which of these wars is the main one. They're 90% towards capitulation. Things are going to get interesting. U.S. is still failing to break through my line here, and my manpower bleeding has kind of slowed down since I'm no longer taking on an attack there. I'm also building up my infrastructure here, so hopefully I can keep more Marines stationed where I need them without taking attrition penalties. We have the great South America, or the great Amazonian highway here. Naval Invasion, again, they're focusing completely on the north coast, which I have pretty well covered. If it was a human player, I'd probably be screwed because they would be smart enough to launch naval invasions in other areas, but because of the way that the AI works in Hoi 4 right now, I know that they're only going to try naval invasions on a few select provinces, and as long as I defend those, I should be fine. Like, they're not going to try to do the smart thing and, like, use, you know, the Galapagos to invade over here, or even like a Falklands, an invasion through the Falklands in South Georgia could be effective. If I were playing Britain right now, that's probably what I'd be looking to do. But the AI is not really smart enough to pull that off at this point. The German Reich is kind of powerful. That's a bit of an understatement. Computer Hitler is probably a bit more sane than real Hitler. It's probably true. I think it would be hard to make a computer program that was as insane as real Hitler. That's true. America is kind of tied up fighting me right now. At least in this area they are. It's too bad I didn't build up my navy bigger, because the majority of the U.S. fleet starts out in the Pacific to fight Japan. And once we closed off the canal, if I had put more production into boats sooner instead of like building up all those planes that I wasn't really using, I could have possibly locked down the Caribbean. I mean, there's the British Navy, but I think they'd be wary to send too many troops this far away from home. I don't know. It might have worked really well, and it might not have. Won't know unless somebody tries it.
Your units are lacking equipment. Is that due to your steel shortage?
Yep. We can't get enough steel to build infantry equipment because our only source of steel was trading with the Soviet Union, and they kind of got demolished by Operation Barbarossa. And since we're at war with the Allies and the Axis, the only people willing to trade with us... Oh! Look at that! Somehow the Soviets... Can they actually get this steel to us, though?
Ooh.
Oh, that is a lifesaver right there. Yeah, we'll take all of that. We'll take whatever you can ship to us. I don't know how they got their ability to export steel back, but that kind of puts us back in the game a little bit. So we can now produce fighters at full speed, artillery at full speed.
When are you going to release the piranhas?
Oh, we're just waiting for the right moment to release the piranhas. I should probably go ahead and switch to better fighter models. We're going to build Fighter 3 and Close Air Support 3. Actually, we're going to do one better, because we have so much air support, or air experience saved up. We're going to create a super fast airplane. Always want to keep up with reliability. In fact, I like to have plus on reliability. Yeah, that looks good. So you're wondering when I was going to release the piranhas. This is going to be ANHA, I believe. I know that they have, I think they have the little accent mark on there, but I'm not going to tab out to change to the international keyboard just so that I can name the thing correctly. So we are now releasing the piranhas. It's happening.
So Lorm's asking you have weapons 3 and there's a reason to keep making weapons 2?
Am I still building weapons 2? Shit. Well, thanks for pointing that out. That was not intentional. That was just an oversight. As you will hear from everybody who streams, playing games and talking is hard. Better radar is something that we want.
And I'm not much help either because I don't know this freaking very well. I can read, that's about it.
I guess we should... Well... We have a research bonus to battleships, so let's get some battleships.
Do you feel that America is too powerful to invade at this point? And do you have any plans to invade them or to influence them to eventually stage a coup?
I'm going to try to invade the United States. It might be the stupidest thing ever, but I'm pretty good at Hearts of Iron, and I think I might be able to pull it off. So, yeah, we are going to try to invade the United States, and we're going to get really technical with it. Like I'm gonna specifically place mountaineers in certain areas, specifically place Marines in certain areas, like crossing the Rio Grande and up through Texas. We might. Well, let's see. Did we lose a naval battle? Two U.S. cruisers sank 4 of our destroyers, and we sank 1 destroyer.